What's going on YouTube? It's 007 back at it again, giving you a brief update. Sorry to all my fans and subscribers. I've kept you waiting for too long. Please forgive me, I've just been busy doing my thing, trying to get my grind on so I can keep feeding my hobby. But anywho, what you're looking at right now is my sump for my 90 gallon. Uh, Still need a good reef light to put down here, but for now, just got this little hang on. Right there's a ball of Cheeto and some other type of algae. Kind of got all mixed up. This tank got overran with feather duster worms. You know, they're a good thing, but they were just god awful ugly. You know, all over my rock. End up taking all the rock out and getting rid of it, and trying to clean it up a little bit. You know, what's left is those that are in the ball of Cheeto. It's not a lot of live rock. I took a lot of it out, like I said, and I'm trying to clean things up, make things look a little bit more presentable. I got some rock in my other tanks I'm gonna pull out and put down here, kind of aquascape it a little bit. But for now, this is what it is. If you look here to the right, you can see I'm running one of the Euro Reef or Reef Dynamic skimmers. Just cleaned it, so it's starting to produce some foam and start to spill over into the tray. Got this little pump here. It's not really adequate for my tank, not giving me the flow I want, but for now it's gonna do what it's got to do, which is probably leading up to why I have this god awful ugly diatom bloom. uh, it's all over my sand bed. If you can look, if I can get the angle correct, you see these little air pockets forming. That's kind of giving me an indicator that I got a nitrate issue or a bad flow issue. Something ain't right in this tank, and I still haven't figured it out. Every time I go to the pet store, get my water tested, um, it's coming back the same results. Everything's checking out A-OK, but it's just god awful ugly. If I cut the lights off, it'll disappear, and throughout the day it'll, you know, darken or lighten. I don't know what's going on. It might be my lights. I haven't changed those bulbs in over a year, so that might be part of my issue. But if you look up here, look at excuse me, forgive me, I got a little cold. If you look up here and look at that algae scraper, that's how much algae I had on my glass. Same thing with those power heads. The only thing I swapped out on those power heads were the filter racks or pre-filters for the power heads. And sadly to say, people, you know, the only thing I've been doing to these tanks for the last 2-3 months has been water changes and feeding. And my water change schedule has not been the greatest either. Mainly just feeding, keeping my water topped off. As you can see here, my aquascape has changed tremendously. There was a lot of little starter pieces in here, and actually I was trying to get rid of this tank, break it down. I was kind of putting my electric bill to the roof, and I just wasn't feeling it for a while. And buddy of mine was supposed to come get it. I'll call him, never get an answer. So another buddy of mine was getting out of the hobby, a buddy that I got into the hobby almost a year ago, or around my time I got my 220. He got out the hobby. His wife got on him about the money he was spending, and came across some new additions in my tank. So here I am, stuck with it again. You know, tried to go down to one tank. That was the main reason why I bought the 220, but decided to keep it once I got all these new additions. So the only thing I purchased recently are those 2 tomato clowns you see right there. And if I can catch him, he's kind of a little shy. I got my boss of the tank chase him around, but there he is. That's a fish I've always wanted. That is a potter's angel. Very beautiful fish. Kind of resembles the, here's the boss of the tank right there. He gets on my nerves sometimes because he won't let me, my potters, you know, do his thing, but my potter's starting to get a little bit more confidence. And That there is a dot dash, or spot band, butterfly. Uh, Zipping past is the raccoon. Got a mandarin goby in here somewhere. Uh, an enemy crab. I was fortunate when I got some of his rock, uh, his rose bubble tip. He ended up selling to somebody, but it had spawned and had a little baby. And I put it in here a couple days ago, and wasn't paying attention when I cleaned the glass and had a power head turned toward it and decided it wanted to move. It was getting too much flow. So I'm gonna have to dig through this rock to find it and kind of push it up front. So the clowns will hopefully take to it and we'll get to see and enjoy it. But it's a very small rose bubble. It's about the size of a quarter or a little bit over a quarter. But there you have it, baby. This here is the 90, the ocean in the bedroom. So, in a nutshell, I'm still got this tank. I just can't get down to one tank. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Things just kept falling in my lap. And speaking of which, something else fell in my lap recently. I was once using this salt here, if you can see it, which is a very good salt. However, it's very expensive. So now I've decided to take a step back and go back to what I started with, was the Instant Ocean. And my parameters for my magnesium and my alkalinity, salinity kind of diminished a little bit, but hey, it's a fail-safe salt. So those who use it, keep using it. I was coming home from work the other day and stumbled across this here. This is free 99. Some people might call it dumpster diving, but this was outside of the dumpster, so I couldn't complain. But perfectly good 35 gallon tank, I do believe. It's 12 inches by 17 high, 3 foot across. So you all can do the math. I think that's about 30 gallons. Nice stand. I was just shocked, and after I thought about it later, slept on it. I probably should have dumpster dived, because I do believe this. I've seen this in Petco, and it had a hood that goes with it. So to my avail, I went on out the next day, and what do I find? 2 other tanks just thrown in there and shattered. I don't know if the people were just ready to get rid of them that bad, or if there was some damage to them that they just weren't any use. But they were not outside the dumpster. But I just kept saying to myself, I wish I would have known they were throwing all this away, and I probably would have came on some other cool tanks to either sell or trade in for some livestock. But not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. If I do keep it, I'll probably make it a saltwater tank, or put a harlequin tusk in here. It's another fish I want, and a snowflake eel. So we'll think about it. I'll finish cleaning it up. It's soaking down with vinegar and just tap water, just disinfecting it a little bit. It's been sit for about 2 days. So now we move on to the big boy, my baby. It's actually feeding time. Everybody's rushing over here trying to get them a meal. They know what time it is when daddy comes in the room. But I'm thawing out their food right there. But tank's been doing pretty good. Nitrates went up a little bit, so due to my negligence, not doing my weekly duties or keeping up my husbandry. But we'll get back on top of it. As you can see, this aquascape has changed as well, and there are a few fish that you don't see anymore. I end up losing a copper band butterfly, my powder brown tang, a pearly jaw, several damsels, 2 Royal Garamas, some mandarins, and for a while I didn't, I thought about it, but I just never caught him in the act, so I didn't want to believe it. But I do believe my culprit, or my murderer, I should say, was my Sally Lightfoot. And this rock here was once covered with zoanthids. They're either melting away, but I caught my lemon peel picking with them a little bit, and one of I think my blue knuckle in that little garden I had on that rock, which used to be over here, but eating my zoanthids. The rest have kind of diminished. There's probably 1 or 2 there. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but oh well. My little garden of zoanthids down here is starting to taking off a little bit. Nothing's really munching on those except for that little disc of zoanthids right there. I think those are called Sunny D's. Not for certain, but that was once covered. But there you see some spots where there's none there. So I'm trying to get something to attach to that little dead coral, so I can move it and put it down in the sump and grow it out some more. Lemon Peel was also munching on my neon trumpets, which really pissed me off because those things aren't cheap. So he's gone. The Sally Lightfoot's gone. Scooter's gotten big. Still eating pellets. My target mandarins are still in here. They're still relatively small. They haven't grown a whole lot, but they're still in here. I hardly ever see them anymore, but I do see them from time to time. They're still in here. This devil's hand has been propagating itself. I didn't know what was going on with it at first, but those white spots are where it's propagating itself and tearing off little chunks, and ended up moving some down here. There's some still in the tank. I got to fish out and attach to a rock, but same thing happened with this sump. The feather duster worms overtook it, and I had to clean it all out. Could have left it there. A lot of people said, probably should. It's not gonna hurt anything, but it just looked god awful ugly. Get a little bit more light here. Turn on my work light. But still, like I said, been lazy or busy, so to speak. Still haven't purchased any media for my reactors yet. Plan on doing that within the next month or 2. Finally got another light. The auto top off is off right now. Got the float switches soaking in vinegar. They were starting to stick, and I ended up coming home one day to wet carpet because it had completely emptied my reservoir tank. So doing a little cleanup job. Another Euro Reef skimmer, now Reef Dynamics, good skimmers. Clean that one out as well, but as you see, it's producing foam. Nothing's really spilling over right now, which is kind of surprising to me how clean my water is. I haven't been getting a whole lot of dark gunk like I used to, so that was kind of refreshing. Either that, or I just when I cleaned everything up, just misdialed it when I set everything back up. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please excuse my voice. I'm dealing with a little cold right now, but it is what it is. So here's the update. Sorry again, kept you guys waiting for so long, but so far I'm still at it, still doing a thing, and I'm gonna feed these guys and do a little editing maybe if I feel like it, and I will see you guys soon. Big shout out to Money Mark J. You kind of keeping in touch. Congrats on your new baby, on your new home, your new man cave, so to speak. I'm still waiting for the video, dude. I gotta see it. I'm kind of stoked for you, but I can't wait to see your video. Always does great videos. Great guy. Jay Bliss. I'm still waiting to see that 300, baby. I gotta see it. I can't wait. He's gonna have an insane tank. You know, I'm envious of you. You know, that might be my anniversary gift coming up in January. Get me a 300, but I think I might end up waiting till I get the house and get out this apartment, set this bad baby up in my apartment, get me a 300 for my living room. But I want to see your tank as well. Um, Nothing really new in this tank except for that little damsel. Uh, oh, my Excel fan. That's a new addition. A lot of people talk a lot of shit about Petco, and you know, I'm kind of 50-50 with the complaints that people have about them. But me, I've learned the trick. Find out when they get their fish in. Once you do that, you be at the store that day, early as possible before the shipment comes to the door. You get to see, oh, there's another new addition. Where'd he go? That's a shark nose. I can't remember, shark nose wrasse maybe, but he's more like a cleaner fish. There's two of those in there. Another Petco addition. But if you get there early enough, before they take them out the bag, there's one of the green mandarins or the target mandarins. Get them to move, kind of camouflage with the rock. But if you get there early enough, people, before they put them in their tanks, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have no issues. Even if you got there a day late, you're not going to have a whole lot of problems. I've walked in there a couple times and seen fish that just were covered with ick, and you know, for the most part, my store has been proactive in trying to do things to prevent and make their saltwater customers pretty happy, because you know, they don't guarantee their fish. You buy a saltwater fish from Petco, hey, if it dies, you're stuck. I'm sorry, stuck like Chuck. But there you have it, people. I'm gonna feed these guys, and shout out to Pruce's Pets. They always take care of me pretty good. And who else? New York Stilo always gives me an answer, whether it be bittersweet or, you know, whatever. You know, my man RTK, RTK man or something. I can't remember right now. I'm kind of doped up on NyQuil. But another guy got an insane tank. He also had another insane hobby. Flies model airplanes. This guy is sick. I mean, his tank is sick. He's a very humble guy, you know. He's doing a lot better for a beginner than you know, in my opinion. He's up there with Stilo when it comes to his research and buying his equipment. So, stop shortchanging yourself, dude. You give yourself a little bit more credit than what you're giving. I can't wait to see some of your commentary videos as well, and see how your tank is doing. I know you're having that dino problem. I think I got it in my bedroom too. But you find a way to cure it, let me know, so we can both get back to business as usual. But for the most part, this is 007, and as always, there's no fishing in my tank. And you know, I would normally do my normal thing and show it to you, but right now it just says no. My pistol shrimp says no. He's covered my sign with sand. But anyway, I'll see y'all real soon. Y'all stay up. And always do what you enjoy, and enjoy what you do. Peace.